Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be another Rogue Spectates taking breakdowns from the CMG Grand Finals that were last week. It's going to be map number 3 that we're spectating. If you want to see the first 2 maps, you can see them on the screen now. I definitely go check them out if you want to keep up to date with the whole series. This is going to be map number 3, SKYFELL, and we're going to see how these teams are going head to head in this map, exactly what it is that makes one team the victor and one team not. If you do find these breakdowns enjoyable or helpful, or you just want to see daily educational Rogue Company content, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Now guys, let's get into it. Okay, so looking at the team comps here, they're pretty much a mirror matchup. You have your standard Seeker, Kestrel as the main ones. You then have your healer of choice. And then the real difference between these two attack and defense comps is for Cute Hamsters, Bobster's team here, they have the Anvil for the defense. And on the Public Enemy side, they have the Shark for the aggressive attacking option. What you're most likely going to see is Dahlia linking to the Anvil of Rip to block that flash grenade, a little bit more immunity coming out of there. And I imagine that is very much what we're going to see. As for the healer options, they've decided to go for Dahlia there on the defensive side. Again, most likely for that link, expecting the Shark to come out. It's a very common thing, especially with Ink on Shark. And then for the other team, Public Enemies, they've opted for the Saint. Maybe for that C4 pressure when it comes to bomb, plant, and holding. Maybe just for the global revive, but they decided that Saint was the third option of healer here. Probably again for that global revive, just in case anybody gets picked off anywhere. An interesting split up here. It's been a 3-1 split on this A site. Good beam there onto Ink will actually stop him being able to push forward, which is really good. If you can very, very quickly say, hey, you know what? No, you are not full sending us here on B. You've done your job. They're obviously going to be playing for an A retake. They're okay for the bomb to go down. They're okay to play that retake potential. They're not going to trade their lives for it. But they do have to make sure they don't give up B. And that is what that 48 damage the bot was able to do manages right there, which is good. Okay, they're going to just move through and see what they can find. When you cross through to mid here, it's always a bit of a risk. Particularly in the current meta, you have Kestrel acting as a very good flank option. Traditionally, it was always Lancer on this map. Used to be the flank option. You used to rat on B, rat in mid. Just able to find that pick with the long rotations of this map and some of the confusion and some of the angles you can find. Now it's moved to Kestrel. And that's a good little clear from Delena there. Just trying to bait something out, maybe get a shot and then get a bot there to trade. Remember, they are on pistol rounds. The time to kill is pretty short. Pretty long, sorry. So you can kind of bait out a few shots and be okay. They're just waiting for something to do. The bomb is not down yet, and that gives them a lot of time and momentum. They asked if they can stop the if they can stop the plant. They asked if the C4 could be thrown. They were like, nah, you know what? Let's just let them have it. And I completely agree with that decision. You have the Anvil retake, and the way they play this retake will be really interesting. These sort of teams, as we saw in Lockdown, make a really good retake push to play for kills rather than just play simply for the Anvil shield. As Gronky jumps up, Gronky does get beamed. A little bit of traded damage, but Gronky is full killed. They actually now see the Shark on site. Got to deal with that, and they do manage to get him. Bob goes down, but Dahlia Res should be enough. And this is actually really good trading coming out now. It's now a 3v1, and they're able to get that pretty easily. That was very, very good by them. Yes, Gronky jumped up and kind of went down untraded. He actually got full killed for only 44 damage, I believe. But the other two members of the team were able to accelerate. They timed the 4-man push really, really well, with 1 coming through Aquarium, 3 coming through that window, and that was just sort of the perfect sort of instance they wanted there. Picking up the more, we traditionally, like recently, saw Bot not opt for the more and used to go for a bit more utility, maybe getting those double trophies. He's opting for the main weapon now. Just want to feel that he has a bit more presence in the gunfight scene, which I completely agree with. Bot is obviously a great shot, as are most of these players. All these players, I'll give them the respect they deserve. So you wanna be seeing him on this gun, especially when you have a Dahlia who's going to be going executioner anyway. Make sure you have something else is going to be good. Good reveal does find 3 there, and they do push up quite far after that. When you get that information that hey, they're there, but they're not actually there to stop you, you can push up this far. Again, it kind of comes as what I was saying earlier. You want to be aggressive on B if you can, to stop them pushing it. The further you push into them, the less happy they are pushing back to you. And I also like what Bob's doing here, in that they know they're not A yet. They have 1 watching the rotate through mid. They know that they're sort of sitting around this area, and Bob's here to watch them out, particularly for any flank pressure. It used to be really common on this map for a Lancer, again, to sit here and rat and wait for an opportunity to come and flank through here. So I like that they've adapted now watching this, and they see the Saint, which is going to be perfectly good for them. And the bow does reveal 2 more. He does get revealed a few more. They do move. But now they're in a good position. They've sort of forced the enemy team here to stay on B. A nice bounce nade does pick off Ink there, and that's the bomb. See if they get the full kill. They do get the full kill. They trade some damage, Bop surviving only just on 16 HP. And they actually hit Delena hit someone in middle, and they're asking for them to flood middle. This would be a really good pick if they get it, and Delena is able to get it. That's the Kestrel again. The flanking Kestrel. It keeps coming out. Good job by Delena to spot that one out, and then play for that kill. C4 comes over the top. Will fall short. And now they're just looking for something here. That's a really interesting shield. So that shield funnels the fight so that he can't be shot from the side, which I really like. It's maybe not the most necessary shield, but I like that it's there. It stops him getting like random utility, random bounce they coming on from his right hand flank. And what you'll see, I think, a lot in these games, particularly from Bop on Anvil and some other players on Anvil, is they'll actually throw down this shield kind of early. Even if they're meant to be playing for retake, they'll use it for the survivability, which I like. I think, especially on something like SKYFELL, you can, if you're a good enough team like these guys are, work A in a way that you don't need the shield for retake, and you can just play for the kills. The shield is obviously nice. It puts them under pressure, forces them into situations where they have to hold Aquarium, and you can play for that pick. But I like what they did here. So they seem more rotate out B, and I love how quick he's getting to the actual B site to try and stop them. They think he's getting flooded, does throw C4 down on the stairs to stop something, but will get bounce naded out. Good revive with the lifeline, comes out instantly. And this might be a flood out mid. Gronk is actually able to find one and a full kill before he goes down. That's really good. If your teammate can do that, that's perfect. The lane does go down. The revive is coming out. Just trying to trade something as they get these manual reses. Again, this early shield comes out to protect them. And now they're in a 2v3. Have to try something here. It's looking a little bit rough, though. If I'm public enemies, then yeah, I'm rotating out to A. Krag's asking them to go crazy. They saw the Saint with the bomb. And honestly, if they could have got that pick off and just held them off in mid, if they did fly like they were sort of saying, then they went for it. Krag's just telling them to go crazy. Just do something. They got to make a play. They're in a 2v3. The bomb is down. Now it's a 1v3. See what Bob can do. He does that in a little snap, but isn't able to find the kill there from that default you see in team shot. So that was close. I would have liked the call for them to actually just barrel down on that Saint who had the bomb. I think that would have been a really, really good move. Because, again, it's kind of like this risk reward. If you don't get it, you don't get the pick, you're probably going to lose the round anyway. If you get the pick, your chance of winning the round go up so high when you have that bomb pressure. So I would have liked to see a little bit more aggression in terms of that coming out. That's the kind of like split-second decisions that you have to make. That kind of separate winning and losing rounds, and you can tell how good a player Frag is, particularly how quickly he called for that. Yes, he's dead, and therefore he has a bit more sort of information he can gather or like take in at the same time. But the principle's still the same. And they see them in mid now. Diggy Sensor is there. Nice little 180 to get that there. Bounce nade doesn't come out. Nice pick there on Corrupt, and see how he's just insta going for the full kill. Okay, he hears one on B. Delena wants this. Delena's really good at spotting this guy out on the flank, and now they're going to rush it. There's actually 3 of them here. They're completely giving up any pressure on A, leaving one member alone, Gronky alone over on A, and they pay for that 1 kill. I love how responsive that is. I love how decisive that is. And that is the difference between your solo queue teams and these kind of teams, is how quickly they're happy to make a play like this. They're 4v2, so they're looking pretty good, but they're just trying to be careful. They're actually doing a 2-2 split. They believe someone is in their back spawn. They want to get sort of a pincer going off here to find this potential kill, and it looks like they did get Ink there with that Riptide, and that is bomb pressure. They're just going to come down to, I believe Pix is on the Kestrel. And they're going to try and find something. In this sort of situation, you kind of expect the Kestrel to play for money. What's she going to do? She's not really going to be able to 1v4 them. Playing for money here is not a bad shout at all. Rather than giving up your life, you either go for a kill, which, to be fair, if you get the kill, it's a more than worthy trade because of the increased income that a Kestrel can get. Or you play for absolutely no money, and we might see that here as the last 10 seconds do wind down. I would comment on the shield being an early shield, but it really wasn't. He's just putting it down because nothing's going to happen. And you kind of see this a lot. It is better probably just to play for money, not give your enemies the chance to increase their economy lead.
Good shit.
But if you are in a position where you could maybe get a pick, maybe you're ratting around somewhere and you know they're about to run into you, it could be worth it. Headstrong coming down there. I imagine the Headstrong Tenacity combo will be pretty high priority to stop the bounce nades. It will stop a few of the damage that can come up to him. Won't stop the Shark Semtex when he's upgrading it. Don't believe it will stop the Seeker bounce nade, which does 160. So with the 40% reduction on that, yeah, it's one.
Yep, they threw everything. I backed up from sight.
It actually will stop it. It will just stop it. It will stop Seeker bounce nade, if I'm not mistaken there.
Should I rapture mid?
I believe it will do 112 damage out of the 125.
Yo, statue.
That health is available with Headstrong. It would kill him without Headstrong, but with Headstrong, he actually survives the Seeker thing. And that's a great ult coming out from Gronky to find Corrupt there. He does trade his life down, but the revive will come up. He does get re-downed, I believe. And they do get the full kill. Okay, so it's a worthy trade. Remix gets bounce naded. You gotta hate it. I know these guys, a lot of the higher tier players do not like this name meta. The fast hands comes out. This will make it a 3v2. But they have bomb.
Come on. We don't get ready by chalk. Come on. Everybody together.
Okay, I like this. He's saying everyone together. The only thing that could really ruin this is some sort of explosive or Kestrel. They're actually full clearing this. I love that. I love that they full cleared it just to make sure the Shark wasn't running behind and getting a pick off like he went for there. Remix manages to get 2 actually with the team shot there. That's really unfortunate. That's really, really unfortunate they got beamed there. That really shouldn't have happened. Nice. Sword comes down. C4 comes down to find 1 pick. The shield is now down with 4 HP. Bob has time. Bob can do something here. There's a C4 to his right, which I don't believe he picked up. Now he's going to pick it up, and now he has an opportunity to do something. I would have full killed that personally. There he goes for it. Unfortunately, he threw down the early shield to keep himself alive, but that's actually going to cost him the retake here. Honestly, if he had his shield, he plants it right in front of him there. He gets that defuse in time. Didn't even get the kill here. Probably not against the D40C, and he doesn't. That is a little bit issues.
I'm trying to clear everything out. Like I don't.
Now that brings up a really good point here, actually. Delena walked in first and got first picked. Frag obviously went down as well, but Delena went down first. When you have Bop linked to, he's your frontliner. He's the one who needs to run in there first, soak up some damages. The shield to play his life to C4 to maybe get picking them more, obviously, which is going to be a little bit better in that sort of situation than the Executioner. And if he does go down, you have that link revive very, very quickly available to you. So I think Delena was over pushing a little bit. And you've seen that aggressive play come out for him a little bit today. But 2 times it's worked. Playing for those really good picks off on the flank of the people that he hears sort of ratting around has led to some really good round wins for them. But that over-aggression there was a little bit rough. Gronky is being spotted out, and I think they're getting played for. And they're just trying to keep him alive. He was 4-man 8. There was nothing he was really going to do there. Shark wasted the ult to go for him. And that is going to be the full kill coming down. But they are able to pinch the one out in mid and get a good trade there. That'll be a 3v3 from a pretty good trade. I like that. I like that trade. Obviously, you'd rather not have the trade. You'd rather just be able to get that pick. But if you're going to have to trade it, it's better to trade it than not trade it. So 3v3. He knows that he can't place the shield exactly on the staircase because of just the angles of it. C4 comes out. He does get the shield down nonetheless. Does throw a C4 to the right-hand side. Does find 2 with it. That was a really, really good C4. Now they're going to look to run and maybe excel on something else here. Don't know where the Kestrel is. They're just trying to find her, maybe play for her, watching all the angles. 1 aquarium while 1 sticks the defuse here. Will they be able to get it in time? Looks like it. They know where she is and the ult misses. That would be a nice little clean up there. Go for the kill, gets the revive. And now they're 4-2 up on the defense, which honestly, I would personally say defense is harder. I think they're playing it really well. Ops are life drain over tenacity. That's interesting to me. Maybe he's confident enough that his trophies mean he doesn't need the tenacity necessarily. He's confident his trophies will be good enough to stop those bounce nades, which given the amount of utility they have, which isn't a lot, it doesn't surprise me. Sneezing my headphones off, but we're good. We make it. We move. Gonna get shoot the reveal down. Does find 2. And again, they push up so quickly. This is what I love. I feel like public enemies aren't very aggressive here. And what I've always said with SKYFELL is I don't care if you go A or you go B, you need to accelerate really quick. They've got 1 half health. We'll see if they play off that. They bounce nade both sides, but it looks like it's survival for all members of each team. Nice little beam through the smoke.
2 Gucci. Can we kill him? There's 2 Gucci. There's 2 Gucci.
They're looking to try and play off that damage they were able to get. And now you see they're doing something slightly different, where they're playing really aggressively onto the site. They actually don't want to give them A at this point. Which, when you've got there so quick and you've got all 4 members stacked there, actually is very viable as a strategy. You've got their first right, which means they're ability to push onto you isn't going to be as strong. But this could be a very easy rotate B. I believe one teammate is already thrown there. Yeah, I believe the frag is already there.
Okay. I hear him.
And honestly, at this point, I would fall back to your default setup. They could really go anywhere, so you want to try and like.
I don't think. Wait.
Try and play around your usual.
You might get stacked. Hold up. I think I'm rotating to Grunky.
Hey, Bop has a feeling they're going to move over to Gronky and play through to A potentially, or mid. He's moving over just to make sure. He doesn't want Gronky to Ape again like they did before, at least without a good trade like they did the round previous.
I'm leaving A then.
Now they see Bomb there. Gronky's moving over from A, and they're going to try and find something. The Bomb is probably going to have to be planted for a safe plant. Good. C4 might come over the top, might find something. 65 damage, but isn't going to be a kill. The Bomb is planted down and safe for them, so they've got to try and move something. Ink does take down Gronky there in the mid, an unfortunate rotate there, and the Bomb, as you see, is planted very, very safe. They have some angles for it, but not a lot, but they have shield. That's the really big thing. What I'm expecting, though, is with the numbers disadvantage, they won't instantly stick this defuse. And you can see that. Oh, okay, that was unfortunate. He's going for the defuse right now, but he's in a 1v4 situation, does miss the sword there, and is now kind of in trouble. Bop is great. Bop has life drain, but Bop probably won't be able to find all of these kills in time. And that takes it to 4-3 going into the half. So pretty even, honestly, for SKYFELL. I would take that as a big W to go that many rounds on defense into an aggressive comp like this. That's interesting. That's interesting. Honestly, I think there was a slight miscommunication. The shield went down, and they could have probably baited them in a little bit more with that. Maybe baited the defuse out or something. Whereas it just seemed like the team flew. Gronky went down very early, obviously, which again happens. They're going to be ratting for you as you cross from A to mid. So I think you got to be a bit aware of that. I maybe would have put him on a slightly longer flank and maybe gone around through their spawn if he tried to accelerate into it. Like as soon as the bomb was called over there, I probably would have sent him all the way through to their back spawn and then come through from their Lambo. That's honestly like maybe what I would have said to do from comms. But hey, it works out, doesn't it? Or that case it didn't. Change of pace here. They've actually got the Lancer coming out from, I believe, Delena here, which is very, very interesting. Lancer obviously very good on this map. Now they're going to rotate that flank pressure to Lancer. I imagine the public enemy is going to be very aware of it, so we'll see how much Delena can really do off of that. Same sort of setup coming up from the public enemy's defense, as we saw from the HAMSTERS defense. You've got the Kestrel, Seeker, Healer, and then opting for the Anvil for that retake pressure. Big difference is you don't have the aggressive Shark, and you have the more passive-aggressive Lancer with that flank pressure. So they've gone for a very safe play. We saw so much coming out from Eternity when those guys were together. And now they got good information there about some positions of enemies.
I think Saints on B, but that's unclear.
We'll see exactly what they can make off of this. They got good calls. They're playing it really slow, which kind of could bait them either way.
Saints mid.
Okay.
Yep. I can smoke a Curium.
They're going to get the plant down here. Nice little plant coming off. And they get it. They get out. They hold positions. Perfect. That's exactly what you want. As long as Bopster doesn't get 8 tier, he's kind of got that that good angle to hold Aquarium, whilst also being able to stay safe enough to revive. Gronky does find a full kill there onto Ink. That's really good because that's Anvil. I don't think they probably got the shield down, so that full kill is so good. He lets go flank so he can go and help them. He comes down, smokes him to help get the revive off, which is going to be good enough because now he picks off Corrupt, and he's just trying to survive. Does actually go down, but in a 2v2 situation, they're both so low. Delena is going to come around on that Lancer, and I asked, what could Delena do? Delena did a lot there. Got the bomb down, finds at least 2 picks there to win the round. So nice job there. Lancer very obnoxious there in this pistol round. And a lot of people don't like the Spitfire, which completely surprises me. The Spitfire is an insane gun. It's really, really good in the right hands. It just takes a little bit more of a high skill cap, I think, to use it properly, because you're going to get outgunned by an Executioner at mid-range unless you are a beamer with it. Opting for the Mamba is our Bopster here, which, again, I think we've touched on it before. With a player like Bopster or a player at this high level, the Mamba is absolutely insane. If you're accurate with that thing, the 2-tap potential is one of the best in the game. It's kind of similar on the lines of the Devotion, but honestly, a little bit more forgiving because you have burst damage, meaning a few of the bullets can hit and you still do damage. They know one's on site. Okay, this is the difference between the public enemy's attack and the two HAMSTERS attack. Is they see one on site, like Bopster was on site every time, they fly at him. They're not taking anything there. They are absolutely flying. They plant for, I believe, their back spawn, and now they're going to move back there. They have to hold site there. That's the one issue here, is they kind of have to hold the backside here because they have the anvil pressure still. If you pick off anvil in that situation, you do what you want. You're free game. But with the anvil, there's always the pressure of the retake. And there's very few rogues in the game that offer this kind of pressure. Lancer being one, obviously, with the flank. Anvil being one with the retake. So you got to be really careful. Dallas being one with the snap is always a issue. Pixie finds Delenn there. And actually, Bop flies across the zip here. We'll see what he can find. He's in a good position, but it is a 1v2, and he will find the one, stick the revive, and now we're looking at 6-3 in the round count for this map. I like that. The zip is always risky. You need really good comms from your team to be confident to take a zip like that. I honestly would say never take the zip, especially off an initial attack push. When you've got the bomb down and everything's flying and time pressure's there, it's a little bit better to take the zip. I still will honestly would send Lancer across the zip with a silent ult, but it worked out for Bob. He had the angles, he found the anvil, and was able to do it. So now they're asking to go B and find a team shot on this person who's going to try and cross out here, which you absolutely can do. Okay, they don't peek out, but you see how quickly they're accelerating into this, and how public enemies aren't trading enough back to stop them. I really, really love that.
I think Anvil's going to be back right.
They're planning for their back spawn once again. They think they hear someone in the middle that's potentially flyable. They could 4-man ape that. They see at least one out there at the back. They do get Gronky down, but Fragout does trade that for Ink. They're probably going to get the revive there onto Ink, though, because with the Saint Drone. It's looking... Oh, no, they do not get it off. But that is 2v3 right now. Bomb is down. Almost halfway done. Can't Bot find anything here, and he's going to get flooded, and he will go down. And now they're going to have to stick the defuse. 6-4 will be the round count here. They're debating about exactly where that went wrong there. They heard the middle, and apparently they just flew a bit too fast without the, let's say, backup they wanted. You kind of got to decide what you're doing there. Do you play for the guys in middle? Do you play for the guys at the back of the site in Lambo? You kind of got to make a decision then. Everyone's got to be on the same page. It kind of comes down to which rogues you think are where. Bob suggested Anvil might be at the back of Lambo there. He ended up not being, but honestly, with that call, that's the one you want to play for, because again, when you kill the Anvil, that pressure's gone. So maybe flying at Lambo there wouldn't have been a bad idea, but it's one of those situations you never really call. It either works out for you at the time or it doesn't. They don't find the shots. There's 3 there, and there's 2 on site. Cool. And look how much they know what they're doing. They see 3, they instantly smoke it off, and they push towards A. This is so much faster than what we see at public enemies. Does manage to survive. Is going to be able to get the shield down. Do trade a pick onto Remix there. I say trade. There was no trade. They just killed a Remix there, which is great. They find that pick nicely. Bob really wants to get picks here. And now they back up, evade, and bounce back, able to keep him alive right now. Ink jumps up. Honestly, should have been punished that pretty hard, if you ask me. They're keeping the Lancer right there on site, so if they do pop up, Delenn can really do something. And they're really holding them at this window. They do not want to give them the site, do not want to give them the potential for an anvil pressure. They know a lot of the util's done, bounce state C4s, all that have probably been wasted. And they're just not letting them jump up. They're not letting any of this come through, which I really, really like. With only about 5 seconds left on the bomb, you can see the public enemies are getting panicked here. They're just trying to run at them, just trying to do something, and they're not able to find it. And that will be 7-4 going into potential match point here. What I'm seeing as the distinction between these two teams on their attack is the amount of decisiveness and aggression. And I've noticed this throughout the entire game. Is even when you count like Delenna's plays early on their defensive rounds, being decisive to find that pick, call for his team, worked out really well. Sometimes it didn't. And that's the kind of risk reward of being an aggressive player like I believe Delenna is sometimes your picks work out really well and you win that 1v1, or your team are able to come with you and you win that 2v1. But sometimes you run out ahead and you die. And I think when you have him on something like Dahlia and he can't do that, that's one of the... It can be a bit of an issue. But when it works out really well. You understand? And then when we come onto this this attack, they're so quick. They're so decisive. They know what they're doing. The smoke grenades, I think, are really, really good coming out of Bobster here. to just keep his team alive. 91 is a tilting amount of damage to get there. And now that they realize they can't push B very quickly, they're moving over to the A site once again. Can they find this pick on Remix if he's sitting here again? We will see.
It could be ratting over here. Clear stuff out. You guys are clear at the top.
Okay, they're afraid that they might be ratting, so they're full clearing this, which I really like. They're putting one on the defuse, and they are literally just full clearing this. Moving around as they go here. They see the one ratting. He does get beamed down, but they do trade it back before he dies, and they will get hand res with that lifeline. Unfortunate ult coming there from the zip. That was very unfortunate.
I got hit by the bow.
Frag is just like zip behind them.
Honestly.
He's got to do something here. The ult comes down. Probably will stop the defuse. Does manage to stop it. And now it's going to be down onto Delena, who did fly across the zip. Does find Remix there. Now they're in a 2v2 situation. This is actually going to be really good. Gronky finds one. Gronky almost finds a second. And Delena's going to fly this one. You just would not fly this. Good break of the C4. 1 HP is not going to be enough for picks to survive here. And they do get that. That was so well executed purely mechanically from those guys. Frag making an amazing call just to send that zip. Delena ult gets behind them. Gets the 1v1 there, which is so crucial. And then, honestly, Gronky to survive the way he did, getting a kill and getting another one to one shot, is absolutely insane. So great job by them to win that round. That just came down to a better mechanical skill more than anything there, honestly. Which you gotta love. You gotta love this high level when you just see teams completely outgun one another. And I absolutely love that. And if you look at the scoreboard, very well done by these guys. I mean, actually ended up Remix being highest damage in the game, but they're so consistent across Bops' team there to hit all above or in the range of 2.2 to 2.5k damage. That's really good to keep that team unity there. So great job to them. And you can just see that decisiveness and how that really honestly was able to win them the game there. Okay then guys, that takes us to the end of the video, and if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You can also come follow me on twitch.tv/RADTHARGAMING, see live gameplay commentaries, guides, Q&A, and playing with you. All the links you're going to need are down in the description below. And now I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless, and I'll catch you in the next video.